Alright guys, we are back with another episode of Planet Nomads, and I've done a little research basically by trying to survive in this environment previously, and I've realized that you really have a hard time trying to actually build things and do things within this environment. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually kind of build almost two bases here eventually. One of them is going to be our main base, and it's going to be out here because it is just very, I guess, difficult to survive in here. I tried it. It's not fun because a lot of the stuff you need to actually like build a base doesn't spawn as much in here, like nearly as much, and it's kind of a pain to really get anything done, at least early on. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to build out here, and then either if we can get the resources together, or we just want to build kind of like a mining facility, we will go out there and maybe build like a secondary base. But for right now, we're just going to kind of stick to staying out here. It's very, I tried it. It's not fun because you just really can't find anything you actually need, like carbon, iron, silicon. I mean, there's like a little bit like on this edge, but I mean, as far as actually having enough to live, it's very, very difficult to find what you actually need. So what we're going to do is I want to kind of stay close to this at least. And I know I dropped a couple resources back there. It's just our inventory's full right now. What I want to do is kind of go back a little bit. And plus, like, biomass and stuff is hard to find in there too, because you really only have trees, and right now trees are kind of, in my opinion, broken as far as like actually being able to use them as biomass goes, because they drop so little of like anything that it makes it extremely difficult to really use to your advantage. Because these things will, like, you can sit there and mine those for a very short time and get like 7 to 10, and then like you'll mine a tree for, that thing's chasing after us. You can mine like a tree for a while and get maybe like 4. Like, you'll get more in the long run. It's just it takes a lot longer too. So one of the things I kind of wanted to look out for is water. And if my observations are correct, there's some water right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this flat area right here, kind of set up shop. We're kind of far from our drop pods, so we want to make sure that we put an emphasis on staying alive, because it is going to be very difficult to get back here, and we really don't have a way to until we get a stasis chamber. So if we die out here, we're gonna have to do this all over again. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is, I think I decided on 4 and 4, so we're gonna do 8 of these, and you have to actually drag everything over from your inventory through here now for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with the way the printers and stuff work now. I'll do 8 of those. Oh man, I just realized that I shouldn't use my numpad, because I think the screen just went black for a second. I have it set up to hook to whatever upon whenever I hit like 8, it'll hook into any game I'm playing. So I have to be very careful not to do that. But I mean, we're doing all right for right now.
You are in a well-fed state.
It's just I really don't want to risk going out there at this moment. We'll maybe kind of keep like a main base over here, build like a secondary base just kind of for our mining of rare resources out there, because I didn't want to have to journey very far to get to anything. And we have a nice little basin over here that we can start building in. I want to build a 4x4 base right now, just because I think it's going to be, I guess, the easiest. Because it's kind of difficult to really do much this early on. we're going to start out small, because I remember when we built our first base and when I built a base in my single player world, it took a very, very long time to get the resources needed to actually build a little base. And I don't want to spend that much time doing that as my dogs. I don't know why my dogs are barking. They've just been barking for like the past 10 minutes. I don't really know why. But I'm going to let this play out. I'm going to start building up our base, and hopefully by then my dogs will shut up. Alright, here's just a quick little update. I went ahead and put like pretty much everything up except this door because we don't have a medium printer to build it right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, collect some more resources for the medium printer. Then I'm going to build it, and I'm going to kind of show off what this biomass generator does now that it actually takes fuel. So I'm going to be right back with all that, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so our 3D printer is built, and we're going to go ahead and connect some power to it. So that's how you connect the power still, except now you have like this energy cost and all this good stuff. So what do? You put your biomass in here, and it will power up into 250 watts for this long, which means I don't really know the exact math of how long each biomass thing each biomass container will power it for. But does it, and this energy consumption means you can only have like 5 of these hooked up to it. So before, like, it would just kind of run out of power eventually, which kind of sucked. But now you can actually do this. I think it actually gives you a reason to turn it off, even though it doesn't actually do anything. I think there should be like a power saver mode or something. You know, you can turn the generator off. Yeah, I won't use any more power. Okay. That works. Oh, what people are building anymore. So that means we can take all this junk and move it here. And I'm not really digging the whole new inventory system because I think it's just more complicated than it really needs to be. Because it used to be you would just like hit 2 buttons and everything would be transferred over, and now it's like you have to... It used to be like if you wanted to build something, you could do it in like 2 button presses. Now it's like all convoluted because you have to like do a bunch of stuff with inventories and move them around. Like you have to put everything in here, and then you hit this, and you have to go, because it used to be you just click like this, hit craft, and take it out of wherever it needed to go, make it, and then put it back in your inventory. Or you would put it like, I don't remember where I'd put it. I think there was like an inventory of finished stuff, and now it's like you have to put everything in here, you have to craft it, and then it goes back up there with like the rest of your random junk, and then you have to take it back out. And it's just a little too complicated now. It's not complicated, I guess, but it's just not as streamlined, and I wish it was. But the nice thing is they added like all this stuff, so you can just kind of take a glance at things, see what's being built, how much everything is, stuff like that, which is really nice. And we're just going to go ahead and try to get a door on this, and that will probably be it for this episode, except for the light. We're going to go ahead and build a light really quick. We're going to need 1. Put that back in our crafting bar so we can check it from here. 1, 2, 1, 1. That shouldn't take any time at all, but I don't know. I like the whole like energy thing. I like the automated mining. It's just I don't care much for the whole like printer inventory the way it works now, because I'd rather just kind of have everything transfer automatically like it did before, because this is kind of just too involved, I guess. Now, does our energy consumption affect? No, I don't think it does. So now we have that. Need to build the stuff for our wall with door. I think is just What is it? Actually built too many of those. Oh, we should get that done fairly quickly. And then we'll have basically everything we need to survive. In the next episode, kind of like what we had before, we will just kind of build ourselves a food and drink machine, get ourselves set up so that we can hopefully... Why did it only craft... Oh, I built frames and 2 more frames. The next episode, we'll get a food and drink machine because we are starting to run out of food and water. We'll start taking care of the things that we really need to survive. And then we'll start taking a look at what we need to do next. I'm already kind of liking how this series is going a little bit better, just because I feel like we're in a better situation now. Because before, like, yeah, like it was all fun game. Like, you know, like everything worked out all right. It was just that I feel to really do any more, it would just been extremely difficult. But now, got ourselves a nice little home. It's a lot smaller than our original house that we had in the last playthrough. And I did that just because it's a lot less resources to go through. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this episode, I think, 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, give it an upvote, depending on what platform you're on. If you want to see more of it, go ahead and follow or subscribe to me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next episode. Peace out.